What it is, YouTube, you know who it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Let's kick it.
What would you do with a moose on the loose? Would you go to a party? Would you sing with him karaoke? Would you race him to a school? Would you stand with him at a wedding? Would you go to his corporate event? I ask you, what are you waiting for? Because he's already loose.
Today we are going to discuss my adventures with the Newmark IDJ2 console. And it looked like this. Strange it may seem, this actually had an iPod Touch attachment. So instead, you could actually plug in the iPod Touch, actually slid in the thing, in the base, and control the console. Or you could actually have a laptop plugged in and you can control it that way. If you did the laptop plugged in, it would be Virtual DJ is what you'd be using. So this is my experience with Virtual DJ and the iPod Touch. It was a party 2 days before New Year's. It was a Christmas party. And the theme behind the party was 80s rock. It was a party for one of my clients. She was giving her clients, now this was the second year that I did that gig. It was a party for a hairdresser. She wanted to give her clients a party to thank them for using her as a hairdresser. So she gives back every year. She didn't do it this year, last 2 years because of COVID. But I'm sure I'll be getting a call here pretty soon, probably next year, from her. She's a regular client. I've done a couple events for her. But anyways, so what be so to me is that I got this and acquired this device here. And the funny thing about this device was it was totally devoted to the iPod Touch. You could surf, you could, the little screen there on the controller, you could actually pull up songs on that controller, and you can put them into the different bays by pushing the different buttons. And the problem with this device was this is my first considered DJ console compared to this one. The GEMINI was my originator. This is my originator, and it was done by a thumb drive. So you get my premise. I went from a thumb drive to, I thought maybe this might be the better of the deal. So I got rid of this device and picked this device up. Well, the problem between the two devices are they're both non-computer compliant. So they both ran off Virtual DJ. And so my experiences with Virtual DJ for the first 4 years of my DJ career was strong. I kicked myself in the butt because I had like one of the biggest, I had a lot and I lost everything. I don't remember the password and the email address I used for the original account. And if I did, man, I have lots and lots and lots of things to push buttons into a party. Because that's all I knew. I didn't, people talk about Serato, but I didn't have no Serato devices, so I didn't use Serato. I used Virtual DJ. But in this case, the scenario happened with me, which I talk about a lot, is knowing your music and your sets. Now, I totally had to do it. It was something that needed to happen. I totally went away from the premise of streaming software. I did not want to use streaming software. This was why I got this device, because I wanted to get away from streaming, because this other device here allowed me to be able to use streaming services in the device itself. So when I picked this device up and I used it, the Numark IDJ2 console, I had two problems. One, the BPMs, I couldn't get them to, for some reason, the slider, I didn't know nothing about the sliders because I didn't use this one right here. It didn't have them. I really didn't know about BPMs. I didn't know about BPMs at the time. And it's kind of crazy to say that. I didn't know about BPMs. I didn't know about matching BPMs. I didn't know about BPMs. I didn't know about all that stuff. I'm an old school kind of DJ at the beginning, because I didn't have anything to show me the BPMs of the devices, because I came from this device here. It does not, in anywhere on the console, it doesn't show you BPMs. It doesn't show you anything. All you do is put a dipstick in your laptop, and then that's it. There's no BPM matching. There's no laptop to match the BPMs. I didn't know nothing about that. So that was my greatest fallback, was this IDJ2 device, because the Numark, because I couldn't match BPMs. I didn't know nothing about BPMs. It was until this guy came that I really started realizing, hey, there's BPMs to match. Because one of the guys was like, your music, it seems to, I couldn't catch it. I couldn't figure out how to do this device, because this is the first time I used it. So, you know, this is like the first time that I had the sliders, and I didn't know nothing about the BPM sliders on my DJ console, because this one didn't have it. So I just, you know, I was frantic. I had somebody show me and help me. I had a guy help me actually at the gig, and they didn't, you know, he told me, he says, you know, I was like, well, this is the first time I use this console, so I had to go to streaming services. I had to. And that's the first time I admitted to myself that the DJ account, and this is why I wanted to get away from virtual DJ in the beginning, because I didn't know too much about using, well, I can't say that, because this device, this next one, this one's the same as the other two, man. It's just, these three devices here are toys. You know, I really realized today that the device that I have now is way different than these three DJ consoles. I went from one toy to another toy to, well, actually no, because the first one was considered a toy. Well, not really, because they're all in the $200 range. So they're basically beginner DJ beginner DJ, I would call them beginner DJ consoles, because they introduce you to the first one just introduces you to a dip. Now, let me get this right. I had over 500 songs on that little dipstick. And I could DJ pretty good on that little dipstick. I could scratch. I could do all of that off of the Gemini. This console right here, the original console. I could do everything that a regular DJ could with the regular DJ scratching. It wasn't until I found... Now, this is crazy because I like to mention this. It was July. Yes, it was July. It was a month before Disney. I did this gig right here. And I was using the... it's kind of hard to explain, but I was using this console right here. That console right there pretty much opened the door. But what happened is we were leaving. I just did a gig at the pool in Lake Travis. Lake Travis. I did a gig at a pool party. It was a luau with traditional, which I actually got a lot of compliments by everybody at the party. And especially with the people that hired me. They come up to me and they go, "Wow, where did you get the music?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "This is music that we used on the island. You nailed this 100%. And I was like, "What do you mean?" So if you want a luau, I have a crate that is just 100% authentic. So if you want a luau ideas, hit me up below in the comment section and I'll give it to you. But anyways, that was the end of the era of me actually struggling as a DJ. That was the era of my very first YouTube experience. Is where we were going to Denver, we were going to Disney World, not Land. So we're going to Florida, and I was in Louisiana, and I remember it was we were just going over the long bridge on I-10, and I run across my first experience on YouTube was DJ Unstoppable, to be honest with you. DJ Unstoppable was my very, very, very first YouTube experience. And then it was Cleveland Terry. I started following those two cats at my original account first. I set up an account right after I watched those two guys, because there was a video that DJ Unstoppable did where he talked about that he wanted to quit and his buddy told him not to. And it felt like he was looking right at me and he was telling me not to quit, because I did not know what direction I wanted to go off. I didn't quit. A lot of things happened after Disney to uproot, to take off, to give me the strength to make it to where I'm at today. There's a lot of gigs between there and here, a lot of experiences that I've learned about different ideas and different things not to do and things to do. So anyways, that being said, that's the beginner council. I'm going to call it this is going to be called the beginner inner console. The beginner inner console video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and share, go ahead and ring that bell for more notifications for videos like this and countless others. And go ahead and share this video with somebody that might have a struggle with the DJ consoles. Don't struggle with the DJ console. Get onto this YouTube and look up DJs. Find out how to overcome. The YouTube saved my life. It gave me a backbone. It actually allowed me to become a creator because somebody said to me by looking me in the eye and saying, "Don't quit." That's all he said. He said, "Don't quit." And from that video to this one, I'm standing strong and saying, don't quit. Don't give up. Pursue the fight. Go after it. Get it done. That being said, go ahead and like my video. And go ahead and peace out.